Nearly 2 years ago, Mike and Ellie became a thing. We hear recently that has changed. We asked Steph to get a hold of each of them to find out the real story.
All right. Good evening, Ellie. Thank you for joining me for a couple of questions.
Yeah, not a problem. Glad to be with you.
Yeah, it's not going to be too much. It's just going to be some real quick, just back and forth between girls. So first off, we'd like to figure out how do you feel about this breakup with Mike?
Honestly, it's a relief. There's no regrets. I'm ready.
It feels like something it needed to do and be done with. All right. So I'm assuming since you're feeling at peace with it, who's breaking up with who? Just verify that with us.
Oh, I'm breaking up with him. It was one of those where he was getting kind of clingy. He felt like he owned me, where it's like to the point where you almost feel like he's trying to get into your skin and not in the fun way. And yeah, and so it's like, look, I'm a free spirit. I need my space. And so that's what it was. I'm finding myself again.
No, that's awesome. And so will you be thinking about him or any parts of him when you're with other guys?
Well, I really hope not. Uh, I know that sounds funny, but once you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all, and as long as they know how to do the job, if not, that's what the walk of shame's for. The one night stand thing, I suppose. Make them take it. No, I'm pretty sure I won't miss that.
All right. So what first attracted you to Mike?
Well, we were running the same circles. We like a lot of the same things, and so we were going to a lot of conventions that at the same time in the same places. So when you're running around with, how it is, you're running around with the same friend, and that's the easiest dating pool. It's that or you go onto these matchmaking services, and that makes you just feel so cheap. And so, basically Mike wasn't Mr. Right, he was Mr. Right now. And that's kind of how that came around. It was a relationship that was there because it was convenient.
Easy, comfortable.
Yes, he was very easy.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So we'll move on, although that would be an interesting topic.
Not as much as you.
Oh. Okay. Do you think you're gonna, or that he's gonna miss you?
Of course. There's no way I didn't leave a good impression. And I also got to meet his family through a lot of this. We were together for quite some time, a year, a little over. And so I got to meet his family. Okay. And I'm confident his mother just adores me. Even after the breakup, she still keeps in touch and everything. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to keep reminding him that I'm the one that got away.
Definitely. And then in the future, what do you think is next for you?
Well, I'm thinking about getting some work done. We did a lot of modeling this last year. Okay. That was kind of Mike's idea. I'd never really thought about it before. But with all the conventions and everything, you see a lot of cosplayers doing it. And so figured, why not? But definitely when you look around at a lot of the models, they've all had work done. So I'm going to try to do the same. And we'll see where it goes from there.
So that's the positive that came from Mike, that maybe turned you on to something new.
In more ways than one. Let's be honest, we all want to be a model. You look in the mirror and that's what you hope to see. So with all these photos that we got back and everything else, they look wonderful. So it can only go up from there.
I definitely agree. And do you think that there's no chance that you're going to fall back into old habits, or any chance you're going to possibly date one of Mike's friends?
Well, like I was saying before, a lot of Mike's friends kind of run in the convention circuit and whatnot. So kind of geeks. So with the modeling and everything, you don't see many modeling gigs for that kind of genre, at least not yet. So I don't think so. If I'm really going to be pursuing modeling, it's going to be a much different avenue. So I honestly don't see any of Mike's friends in my future. They might follow me, which would be rather interesting, but I don't know if they could handle that.
Yeah. Well, I hope you don't you don't change too much in the future, because I do think you look fabulous.
Well, thank you. You look wonderful
And
too.
oh, thank you. You've been wonderful. I've really enjoyed getting to interview you and ask you these questions. And I've loved the answers. So I
Thanks.
think you're welcome. And I think we'll be talking to you again soon. You have a great evening.
Thanks, you too. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Oh, wait, this video is coming out New Year, isn't it? So it's Happy New Year.
I believe so. You're right. So Happy New Year, Ellie.
Yeah. I mean, I realize we're recording this right into the holidays so we can actually enjoy time with our families. But yeah, it's when everyone sees this, it's Happy New Year. So yeah.
A new year and a new you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, have a good one. We'll see you next
You too.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So thank you for joining me here today and answering some of my questions.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect. We're going to start off the bat and ask you, so who is breaking up with who?
I'm breaking up with Ellie. I'm not sure how she's spinning it, but yeah,
Really?
no, this was definitely my idea. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was spun a little differently. I'll be honest with you. It was spun a little differently.
Okay. I'll just have to wait till the video comes out, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. So to follow up, why are you breaking up with Ellie as you say you are?
Well, she's got about the same maintenance requirements as a Ferrari. It's a really high maintenance, really expensive parts. It's just, yeah, at the end of the day, I was just kind of not happy. I was feeling drained by the end of the day. And so it was very much time to just walk off.
Oh, shame. Well, so what first attracted you to Ellie? What was it that made you like her so much to try and ask her out?
Well, her smile. We were working around in a lot of conventions and whatnot, and usually at a lot of these gamer conventions or whatnot, there's a lot of men. Let's be honest, it's kind of a sausage fest, and so the girls are hunted to extinction almost. And so a lot of the girls, because of that, they end up really withdrawn. And Ellie wasn't like that. She was still really confident and whatnot, and so that was nice to see, and that's kind of what started it.
Oh, perfect. So her smile was her best feature. That's kind of pretty. So what would be next for you after Ellie?
Well, I don't know. Definitely need to see what's out there. I spent a lot of time with Ellie, and so I can either do the Tinder thing and play it kind of like Pokemon and just swipe all the monsters I can find, or just kind of go explore. I'll be honest, the online thing is always kind of cheesy anyway. You never know what you're going to get, and I swear half of them are bots. So, but the bar scene's not exactly fun either. But a lot of the circles I hang around are a lot of guys, so it's really hard to say at this point. I'm just gonna have to kind of go out there and get a social life, I guess.
Okay. So when I was talking with Ellie, she was pretty fabulous, by the way. I feel like you made a good choice when you started going out with her.
Thanks, I think.
She seemed to be really close with your mom. What did your mom think of Ellie?
Yeah. My mom loved Ellie, and started dropping hints, an awful lot of them.
Really?
And by hints, we're talking the kind you can't miss. Like, she would take pictures of Ellie and put them on her desk at work.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, like hi, this needs to be my daughter-in-law, and I get the hint pretty quick, and I'm like, really, Mom, really?
Well,
Matter of fact,
maybe
even
she
after
knew
the
something.
breakup, the pictures are still there.
Now, okay, so if Ellie's pictures are on her desk, where are your pictures? Are you next to Ellie? Are you on the desk at
That's what
all?
I want to know. No, I'm not there. It's Ellie, and so
Mm,
yeah, I'm
gosh, jeez.
yeah, it's a little frustrating.
I was gonna say, with all this knowledge, is it possible is you've made an error that you may want to think about rekindling your relationship, getting back together? I mean,
I certainly don't think so.
no, even with all that, I mean, it just seems like other people feel she had a positive impact on your life, and she had a positive impact on theirs, and just from my opinion, you seem kind of have some positive things to say about her.
Well, there's certainly positive things to say, but you can also say some positive things about the meteor strike that wiped out the dinosaurs too, making way for us.
I think that's a little harsh.
It's true.
Like
From the
that
right
comparison.
perspective, anything can be
Mm,
spun positively.
hmm. Okay, so there's no chance of getting back together. Okay.
None.
So relationship goal wise, you're going to see what's out there. Does that include maybe trying to build upon a verbal relationship? Or are you seeking strictly physical interaction here?
I've got needs. I don't know how else to say that. I've got needs.
Oh,
Ellie was not the greatest in that sense. So
hey.
I've got some needs that need satisfied. I won't lie. And considering the price tag that went along with Ellie, I had much higher expectations in that front. But when all you're good at's hand jobs, so much for the monetization on this video.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I think with that, it's just about gonna wrap up all of our questions we had for you today. I do appreciate you joining us and answering our questions.
Well, thank you. Thanks.
And I
Happy
hope,
New Year.
yeah, I was gonna say Happy New Year to you too. Hope you have a wonderful New Year. Brings you maybe some better luck, love wise, and
Thanks. Thanks.
yeah.
And we'll see you around.
Yes, sir. See you later.
Hard to believe it's been nearly 2 years. It's finally over. It's come to an end. But there's a few people I need to thank, and I want to get that out as I draw the entire project to a close and finally put the nail in the coffin, as it were. So, first, I'd like to thank Ro, Anna, and for doing the makeup and the hair when it came time to go and do public exposure style events, going to the conventions. Most of the time I did my own makeup, but those two, when it came time to go ahead and do public events so that we could stay to a timetable and get everybody in costume, because it wasn't just me wearing costume and makeup, it was them too. They took the reins and they made sure that we got me into character fast. So thank you for putting up with me. Those of you who don't understand, they have a special place in my heart for this, because as I become Ellie, I just kind of have to embrace my inner bitch, because the nerves just take over. So thank you. Thank you for standing by me through this. Thank you for not throwing me to the wolves like you very well could have. I'd also like to thank Jamie and Steph for supplying the costumes. For the most part, there were a few costumes that I had to supply on my own for the public exposure events. But for the dating project, those two actually stepped up and gave me an entire line, a rack of outfits to go through. And so thank you. And thank you for having faith enough in me to get your gear back to you in one piece. So thanks a lot. And thanks for enjoying the joke with me. And then I'd like to also thank Creature. Creature, when you finally get your business off the ground, let me know. I'd be happy to plug it if you want me to. Creature actually did all of the seamstress work for my Weiss costume pretty much completely free for me, out of the goodness of her heart, and that meant a lot. Thank you. It came off wonderfully, and so thanks again. I'll never be able to thank you enough for that. And then finally, I really need to thank my family. That seems kind of weird because they weren't necessarily involved in the project, but my brothers found out and took it in stride, and I'm sure that if there's a time machine, they'll be the first ones in to make sure they can go and pop my ego ahead of time, because my past self sure as hell wouldn't have ever thought I'd do this. But the good thing is rather than rag me on it and everything else and just give me hell, they treated it like a joke, like the joke it is. And I don't really mean joke, but they understood it was kind of a project and stuff, but it was good for a laugh. And it is. It really is. It was a lot of fun. And then I'd like to thank my mom, but we need to talk. I understand that you think of Ellie as the daughter you've never had, and you wanted to take her clubbing and stuff. But the breakup's final. She's not coming back. I'm sorry. So that those pictures of her you have on your desk rather than me. You have a son. So anyway, thanks again, Mom, for enjoying the laugh with us as well. And if any of you want to kind of get a hold of me for any kind of Skype events, live streams, things like that, maybe even some kind of live thing, let me know via PM. I will not respond to the comments with my private information. I know for a fact that I have ticked off a few people with these videos that I have done. And as such, I don't want to get other people involved. Doxing is a thing, and as unethical as it is, there's a lot of unethical assholes out there. So that's pretty much that. This is a hell of a way to kick off the new year. It's nice and therapeutic. My New Year's resolution is to never really have to be Ellie again, and I'm pretty sure I can stick to that. So anyway, that's it. These videos are going to stay up, but this channel's pretty well going to go dormant. I'll check up on messages from time to time. But that's really it. Don't expect any extra content from me. Thanks for you guys that took the opportunity to support me. I'll see you guys around.